In my life, I've gone through a lot of phases. Phases of being happy and phases of being sad. Phases of discipline and phases of procrastination. Phases of laziness and phases of motivation. Phases of acceptance and phases of regret. And with all these different phases, I have learned something and I have also realized something. I realized that as humans, throughout our lives, we are always halfway or a quarter of the way serious with ourselves and serious with what we think or what we say. But the thing that I've learned is that the easiest and, to be honest, also the hardest way to get more good phases than bad phases, and to be more happy than sad, and to be more motivated than lazy, and to achieve more goals than let the goals slip through your hands, is to take yourself seriously. This right here, these 3 words, take yourself seriously. It can genuinely change your entire life for the good if you truly abide by it and want to change your life, and for the bad if you don't. Taking yourself seriously, it involves everything, literally everything. It involves being serious and being true to yourself. It involves looking at yourself in the mirror, and it involves being honest, and it involves putting yourself first. It involves taking your emotions into account, and it involves believing in what you're capable of. It even involves relationships with other people and the way people look at you. And honestly, ultimately, it involves and affects the course and structure of your entire life. Our actions do have value and worth and substance, regardless of any external factor that may try to hinder the process. I feel like if you don't take yourself seriously, then no one else will. If you don't stand for something, then you'll fall for anything. And that fall will be an endless, bottomless pit until you realize that you have the ability to grow wings and fly. Without a firm foundation of core beliefs and values, you become highly susceptible to anything. In my last video, I mentioned a YouTuber named Profound Pondering. He makes tough videos. I don't care if it sounds like Glaze. He's the GOAT. He's genuinely tough. So, I do watch his videos, and I do get some inspiration from them. And a point from his video that he made is that no one truly knows you. Even if you tell people who you are and how you operate, and even if you tell them how hard you work and how much time you put into something, no one truly will know or understand. And because of that, they'll always undermine whatever it is that you've done. The only one in life who truly does know is you. And with that being said, you're also the only one who can live out your life. So why not take yourself seriously? You are human, just like anyone else. You can do anything anyone else can do. And you can believe in your dreams, and you could have hope in yourself just like anyone else can. In life, obviously, not everyone is created equal, but everyone is capable of the same things. Obviously, it's true that everyone is going through something, and maybe other people are going through things that are worse than what you go through, or maybe not. But so many people go through things and are still able to achieve what they want in life. So why can't you? The only thing that really is different is the things that people got going on and the effort that people put in. Obviously, some people have to put in more effort than others, and so on and so forth. But effort is really the only thing that differentiates us. Yes, others have things going on, but you don't even have to worry about that. As long as you realize that you too have things going on. Obviously, I'm not saying to being inconsiderate. Like, obviously, be comprehensive and understand that people have things in their lives that they're dealing with. But don't disregard the things that you have to deal with in your life. It's not about your problems being above anyone else's. It's about the fact that you are someone who needs to be taken care of. And the first person in your life who can do that is you. If you take yourself seriously and you treat yourself the way that you need to be treated, then you'll be okay. If you believe in yourself, or let me say it like this, if you don't believe in yourself, then do you really take yourself seriously? Like, you can put in all the effort, be the most hardworking guy, you can sacrifice everything for your dream, and be the most motivated man or woman on earth. But one thing I know for certain is that all the effort is pointless if you don't believe in yourself. Obviously, give yourself grace and understand that you do have limits and there are things that you can't do. Honestly, I think that being able to admit what you can do and what you can't do, even if it's what you can't do just yet or what you can't do right now, is something that you should be proud of. And it does show that you take yourself seriously to know what you're weak at. But of course, if it's something that you are passionate about, give it 100% of yourself. Give yourself to it so it can give itself to you. And with that, I feel like we also have to take what we long for seriously. Take what we hope to gain seriously. Understand that what we want does reside in the future, but that doesn't mean we have to wait for that future to come to us in order for us to get what we want, if that makes sense. I feel like as humans, we push our ideal image so far away from our current self. But one thing I feel like we need to understand is that there is no past self to overcome, and there is no future self to overachieve. Who you are now is enough, and who you are going to be can already be enough. When I say take yourself seriously, you have to understand that you have just as much potential to do what you see yourself doing in the future right now. It's not about waiting for the right time to come. It's about making yourself the right person. A person that is able to reach out their hand and grab the opportunity in front of them whenever or wherever it presents itself. The moment could come at any time, but it's more about being able to take the moment than the moment itself. I feel like we have to be able to live in the moment that we're in instead of waiting for the moment that we're in to show us some sign of importance. As humans, we wait until things or people show us our value and our importance instead of already valuing ourselves. You gotta take the way you see yourself seriously. And if you don't like the way you see yourself or the current version of yourself, then change. If you don't think you're in a good way of living or a good light, then make it good. I mentioned it earlier in the video, but No one truly knows you. No one. Obviously in life, there are going to be people that have opinions on you, and you may never be able to change that opinion on you. But I feel like we live in a society where people victimize themselves way too much. And this victim mentality and victim mindset impacts our own thought process of who we truly are. The world sees you however you see yourself. Since no one in life truly knows you or knows about you, everything people think about you or feel about you are just projections of what you're thinking about yourself or feeling about yourself. I guess what I'm trying to say is that your life isn't truly yours if you revolve it around what other people think. You have one life, and as far as I'm concerned, you can't just go jump into someone else's body and change who you are. So instead of complaining about the attributes your character has, why not level up these attributes in order to beat the game? Why not make each piece of yourself your own? Be happy that you are you. And once you have enough appreciation for yourself, you'll start to appreciate everything around you. And you'll learn to love the things that you're able to see, even if you realize that these things aren't a part of you. And when you're able to appreciate them, it will allow you to appreciate what you can do more. It'll make you feel good about yourself and your character. To know that there are things that are beautiful in this world that have nothing to do with me. And there are things that are beautiful about me that have nothing to do with anyone else in this world. I don't think that you always have to do something extraordinary or vast or grand to appreciate yourself. I feel like being able to say that you woke up on time or that you got out of bed deserves a pat on the back. Being able to say that you ate healthy, or being able to say that you didn't fall for temptation, or being able to say that you went for a job, or went to work, or went to work out, or that you did something that could bring you closer to your ultimate desire, is something that you should clap for. If you think about it, there are a lot of people who don't do that, who don't do that much. And to the people that don't do that, there are still things that you can pat yourself on the back for too. Like being able to say you got a little bit better, or being able to say that you learned something, or being able to say that you took a step or a crawl, even if it is a small one, towards your goal is something that you should be proud of. I feel like all humans look to other people for inspiration and guidance. They look towards people that achieved what they want to achieve or did what they wanted to do for motivation. I feel like even with me saying that, you have to understand that you can be someone that you look up to and be in the process of improving at the same time. You can be on the journey to achieving what you want to achieve and look up to yourself at the same time. Just think about how special you really are. Like, let's think about the probability of you existing, alive, conscious, listening to this video, hopefully. All that. Your parents' genes combining perfectly, your whole lineage being able to survive long enough to have kids and avoiding diseases and extinction and various events in history. The probability is near zero. It's probably the closest it could possibly be to zero, but it's still certain because it happened. It happened with you. You can be whoever you want to be and do whatever you want to do. And if you don't think you're capable or don't think you're worthy, then you can change. You can become better. I feel like something that stops a lot of people is thinking that they don't have enough time. But there's no such thing as not having time, because if you didn't have time, you wouldn't be here. You have time to change, and you have time to get where you want to be. Obviously, it's limited, and I think a major factor as to why so many people don't achieve their goals and don't make it to their ultimate goal or dream is because they confuse having a lot of time with having infinite time. But while you're here, while you're one of the billions of people on Earth taking up space, why not make the most of it? Why wait until tomorrow to start? Why wait until later to improve? Why wait until you need to be a better person to try to be a better person? Taking yourself seriously applies to everything. It applies to more than just your dreams and your aspirations. It applies to literally every facet of life. For example, if you're in a relationship and it's not working out, take yourself seriously enough to understand when you gotta walk away from it. If you're not being respected in a friendship, take yourself seriously enough to stand up for yourself. And if it doesn't change, remove yourself. Take yourself seriously enough to not care if people think you're being soft or think you're being sensitive. Stand up for what bothers you and let people know if they cross the boundary. Take yourself seriously enough to take care of yourself. Take yourself seriously enough to push yourself. Take yourself seriously enough to understand your limits. Take yourself seriously enough to give yourself grace. Take yourself seriously enough to go do what it is that you want to do in this life. Take yourself seriously enough to handle your business and handle your responsibilities. Take yourself seriously enough to know when you're loved, and also take yourself seriously enough to know when you need to give yourself more love. Take yourself seriously enough to understand what you need to work on, and take yourself seriously enough to understand where it is that you can shine. Take yourself seriously enough to not be walked over. Take yourself seriously enough to know that your dreams are worth chasing. Take yourself seriously enough to love yourself in a way that no one else can. Another part of Profound Pondering's video that I really enjoyed is the fact that you can't put into the world what you don't put into yourself. It's like you have a water bottle and you're pouring out the water. If you don't pour more water in the bottle, you're going to run out. The same things that you want to receive from the world and see in the world are things you have to give yourself. Don't just think of your life as I wake up, I go to work, I eat, I come home, I go to sleep. Make it more personal. Make it more intimate. And obviously, don't take your life too seriously. Life is meant to have fun and you're meant to enjoy it, but make your life more intentional. Because you are a person who deserves respect, appreciation, compassion, comprehension, and love. And the one person that truly can give it to you, and the one person you truly need it from, is you, is yourself. You're the only person in your life who knows all the bad, all the times you did something terrible, all the times you were in the wrong, all the times you mistreated someone, all the times you broke a rule. You're the only one who knows all of these terrible moments. And somehow, some way, more than anything else, you love yourself. I feel like you have to be proud. Be proud of how hard you're working to get where you want to be. Because at some point in your life, you're going to get tired. You'll get tired of what's around you, and you'll get tired of where you're at. You'll reach a point where the potential is messing with you. You'll get tired of it just being potential. You get tired of what could be, and you'll long for what is, or long to know what is. But you have to enjoy the space between where you are now and where you're going. And then someday you'll get to that point where you wonder why you were even worried in the first place. Obviously, there are going to be bumps and going to be hills and mountains to climb, and there are going to be times where you struggle and times where you wish it was easier, times where you have to leave something in order to move forward. But just because things could be different doesn't mean that they will be better. The days that seem the hardest are the days that are meant to shape you. And sometimes things have to end in order for new things to begin. In taking yourself seriously, you have to understand that you can't be a prisoner to the things you can't change. The difficult moments and struggles in order to become better, they won't consume your entire life. So you just gotta stop recycling old feelings into new experiences. The day will come. Someday all of us, someday you will meet the happiest version of yourself. And it will all be worth it. The entire journey will be worth it. Every step you take now is what will bring that version to you. So don't lose yourself in this moment searching for another. You gotta let go of the attachment to the outcome and focus on the journey, because it's the journey that makes you who you are. It all begins in your mind. And with that being said, it all ends in your mind as well. Whatever you give power has power over you if you let it. You are gonna fail. Maybe a couple times, maybe a lot more than a couple times to begin to take yourself seriously. But there's nothing lost if you learn from it. You don't lose anything if you learn something. So to end this video, I just want to say, please just keep trying every day to take yourself seriously, because you never know. You honestly might be almost there and you don't even know it. So I know it may be hard and it may be filled with nothing but obstacles and struggles, but against all odds, you are capable of creating change.